everyone, it's Revonlieke here and welcome back to Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. This time we are going to fight against Great Jaggi with the hammer, as you can see here. On the last episode I kinda showed you already, but I will show you here as well that there is a better weapon that you can actually use at this point of the game before fighting Great Jaggi. And that is the Bone Hammer weapon 3. You would want to upgrade Bone Hammer, so you need to actually go to Forge and forge the Bone Hammer, cause that you don't get on the beginning of the game. You get the Iron Hammer and you don't have the Bone Hammer, so you need to create it, upgrade it once or twice, maybe twice, and then you can upgrade it one more time to the Lutrod Bone Mace at this point of the game, which is really amazing when you look at the other weapons that you can make, especially the Bull Hammer. It looks nice. I mean, this is kind of cool hammer, but the damage isn't that great compared to the... Well, actually it's better. What the heck am I talking about? It's actually 100, almost 100 better. But yeah, these are all like let's say that it's a third upgrade possibility here. So they are basically the same level, but you can actually upgrade this one at this point of the game. So you need the Lutrod pieces and some carpenter box. What you can do basically is do the Lutrod quest, which is this one here. I will show this because even though I did it on the last episode, but this quest you want to do a couple of times. I did it twice and that's enough to do it. But also you need the carpenter box. You can get it on either the Desert Island, which is basically the Moga Woods, or do some quests. But even Sandy Plains that we are going to fight against Jaggi in, you can get carpenter box even in there. But my personal preference is the Desert Island, mainly because it might be this. It's the island, but I'm not sure if it's Desert Island. Deserted Island. Yeah, that's it. So it's Deserted Island. The Deserted Island actually has a lot more butterfly areas that you can gather with Bugnet. So it's these two. You need to make or buy at least the normal Bugnets from this merchant here. So she sells the old Bugnets and Bugnets. And just go to the Deserted Island and you will go through all of the butterfly locations and you will eventually get carpenter box. They are quite rare, but they are not like super rare, so yeah. So we are doing Great Jaggi with the hammer. Something you might want to know about is the moveset. As always, let's go through the moveset. This is one of the simplest weapons ever in this whole game, and that's one of the main reasons why it's so popular as well. It doesn't confuse you too much. I love it. I love the hammer. It's also the strongest weapon in the whole series. But there's also like overpowered weapon types, and but overall the weapon damage here is going to be the most like strongest. It will go almost to 2000 eventually, and that's going to be great. No other weapon goes that high. The Great Sword goes second. It's somewhere around 1300, maybe 1500, something like that might be the strongest Great Sword. But then there's other weapons that really are really overpowered, even though their damage is low. Mainly because either the movesets or they just are their elemental the way the elemental works might actually go and really affect the power output, the DPS. But yeah, let's go through the moveset here. So basic combo is like this. You sheath and you do this golf swing on the end. And that's the basic combo. You can also do this little side attack with the other attack button, which is A. In this case, X does the normal combo. Normally, you don't get the sheath attack if you do the weapon or the combo when the weapon is sheathed, but or you have taken out the weapon. But if it's on your back and you want to start attacking, you get that first attack. But you cannot sheath your weapon with the other attack button, which is A. But it only does this attack, this side bash. But you can basically combo it into everywhere. Well, you actually cannot. Alright, I'm going to wonder what it's all about. Huh. You cannot actually combo. Huh, alright. So you can combo from it, but you cannot combo into it. But it's just a quicker way. If you think that this downward bash is a little bit slow, you can go with the side stab and do the combo that way. Even though I've played with the hammer, even I'm like clueless on the combos. Cause I like to play the game I don't really concentrate on the combos that much. But this really like showing to you guys how it works, it kind of... Cause I'm always doing it on quests and I'm doing it on the fly. I don't really focus on the combos that much myself and how it's done. It just happens automatically. But once you start to actually explain it and how it happens, I'm getting confused about it. Anyhow, other things you might want to know about the hammer. You can actually draw it into a charge. So very similar to the Great Sword, stamina depletes when you are in this state. Then you can do a bash or little. That's actually the strongest attack on the hammer. But very similar to the Great Sword, that you get this charge effect. But with the hammer you don't really need to time this right. There's really no point. You can just let the charge go fully to the maximum and you can keep it here and you still do the same amount of damage. So there's no timing similar to the Great Sword or different from the Great Sword. So yeah. What else is there? The second charge is kind of like a upswing, or the first charge moment. So as you can see, if I charge, it actually has two states. So the first state charge gives you that, and the second state charge gives you the full attack. And those who want to really mix up and stuff like that. The difference about hammer compared to swords is that it does impact damage, and impact damage is calculated differently against monsters. Some monster parts might be weaker some monsters might be weaker to cutting damage on the head, while it's weaker to impact damage on the, let's say, belly, for example. Sometimes it goes differently, but overall with the hammer, regardless of what the weakness actually is, you still mostly want to hit the head. The reason for that is that hammer does status ailment basically. It knocks monsters over or knocks over monsters out. So you want to hit the head as much as possible. That stun effect doesn't happen if you are hitting the legs or the tail or something like that. You cannot either cut tails or anything like that with the hammer, because it doesn't do cutting damage, but you can still break heads, break wings, claws and stuff like that. Also, let's go through the combos real quick here. So you can go through the charge, and if you move while you are doing the... There you go. The charge, you go into spin attack. So basically you want to stop when you are doing this attack. You want to stop moving. If you move while doing the charge fully, you start to spin. And you can then press X on the very last spin. I think there's 6 spins. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, I missed it. But yeah, if you don't hit X on the last spin, it just it does this little thing and you cannot move until it takes the weapon back or the animation finishes. So you really want to learn this golf swing here. Also, if you do it too early in the spin, you do this type of attack. It's a little bit weaker, but honestly, sometimes I'd rather do that attack than try to get that. But overall, once you get used to it, you know what how it works, and you really need to get used to it to actually benefit from it. But yeah, you can combo these pretty easily. You can also do that type of stuff. I really like it that you can unseat your weapon like this. The basic combo that most people do with the hammer is when you go to a monster, you unsheath your weapon, do this, and do the normal combo like this. Go into a charge, keep doing this. Go into a charge. So you can go into the charge attack from the last combo attack. This is the basic combo that you want to keep doing. Sometimes you want to do the full charge attack like that, and you can dodge, also go into a charge again with the full attack, or dodge and do this. That's basically it, but you can also do that. There's really a lot of variation on it, even though it's not as impressive as with the dual shield, dual swords or dual blades. But I will try to actually get Great Jaggi here to be stunned, so you guys can see what it's like. You really want to hit the head as much as possible, especially with the hammer. It does a lot of damage, so we might actually kill this thing before it actually gets stunned. As you can see, the second charge attack, it closes in on the monster so much that it's really helpful to do that. God dang it. There you go. So we stunned Great Jaggi. This is basically what the hammer can do. You cannot do this with other weapons. Sword and Shield and Great Sword do have also a hunting hammer that we will cover later on, but Great Sword and Sword and Shield do have a attack that does KO damage in a similar way, but they only have one attack and it doesn't do as much KO element, or the effect isn't as strong enough, so you cannot really in good conscience you cannot really keep doing those attacks constantly to stun the monsters. But in a group or something, Great Sword's bash attack or the Sword and Shield bash, in groups they do work. If there's a hammer user and he tries to stun the monster, you can help out with it a little bit with the other weapons. So that's a good thing to know, that you can do those and help out your teammates. But really what I like about the hammer is that you really cannot get knocked over while you are charging, and most of the attacks are also very similar to the Great Sword. If the monster attacks are weak, something like bite or a tailspin, you won't get knocked over. But something like a Sword and Shield, if monster spins and you're about to attack, you're going to get like tripped over. But with a Great Sword and Hammer, you really are trying. You don't really get tripped over as much. But of course, something like a body slam, or if a huge monster spins its tail, then you're going to be screwed. But something like Great Jaggi, it doesn't have as much dynamic in it. But yeah, that's Great Jaggi with the hammer. Really, really fun fight and a fun weapon as well. Something I would actually recommend for new players. If you are new to Monster Hunter, try out the hammer. It's going to really help you out through the whole game. I've actually done a whole... My other character was completely hammer build, so I only played with the hammer. And it got me through the whole game, and it was... Most of the weapons do like carry you. You can use every single weapon in the whole... Every single category of weapons you can use in the whole game to get through the whole game. But the hammer really, it kinda carries you. Because of the damage is so huge and it's so simple to use, that it really helps out. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed the episode. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you disliked it, you know what to do. If you feel like it, also, if you want to subscribe, you can. Oh my god, I completely messed up my outro here, but subscribe if you want to, if you feel like these videos are worth it. Other than that, I think it's time to say goodbye, and we will see you guys on the next episode. So, see ya!